Oh my God, it's weigh day and I am not feeling the love for today. I look a mess. I'm totally game for all that. I had this morning like gym hair going off because after work last night at 7:30, through my sheer fear of getting weighed, because I've been so bad, I went to the gym for 45 minutes and got my steps up. Nothing more motivating than fear of the scales. Yay. So I think it's week 304. I'm running a bit late, so I'm going to catch up with you after. Yes, it's been a fun old week, but I've got my Slimming World book in here. And what is for the basket this week? So my beautiful child decided to open my tea bags that I specifically bought. They were like flavoured tea bags. For the basket this week. So unfortunately I can't take those because I think it just looks a bit rammy that they've already been opened. So I am taking in sweet corn because I've had to chuck this together out of my cupboard because my child's a pain in the backside. Some garden peas, and I'm going to try to take 3 free-range fresh farm eggs. Just so there's a bit of variety in there. I have wrapped them up in cling film, but we all know how accident prone I am, so these could end up being more like scrambled eggs if I'm not careful. So I have actually got to go because I'm running really late and I need to put a cup in for a cup of coffee. I will see you after weighing. Wish me luck, and please, if you've got any sense on my way, because yeah, I'm going to need it this week with what I that. So let's run through this week before I get weighed. As ever, I'm really late. There's loads of traffic and yeah, what time are we on? Oh, it's 8:56. I've got to be there in 4 minutes and it's at least a 15-minute drive. So I might not even make a weigh-in. I might have to wait till after. She'll weigh me after, won't she? Either way, I'm on my way. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling really nervous. Am I on earth? Let's just have a word with yourselves. Well, really and truly, it's not actually the end of the world if I put some weight on, is it? Really? Because I can be good and I can sort my sorry ass out. I have had a fantastic time in Brussels. I was a little bit greedy. So we'll start again with the week, shall we? Because this is week 104. 140 weeks I've been doing at this, not always consistently, and that is my downfall. I really do need to be a little bit more consistent. I'm struggling a little bit there because I've got a lot of trips planned. I'm trying to do 12 countries in 12 months, which means that I go to another country, which means then I want to eat their food and feel it all. Am I going to do what I did in Brussels and be super greedy? No, I need to stop doing that because that was not a vibe. Like, especially seeing as though I do actually want to make progress with this. And I'm feeling very self-sabotagey at the moment with the amount of like travels I've got and what I'm doing while I'm there. So I'm going to have to really think about that and learn from it. So Thursday I got weighed. Friday I was pretty good all day until the evening, and then I came off plan. If you want to know what I ate all weekend, I'm not going to repeat it all because it's on my previous vlog about me being greedy in Brussels and what my weeks consisted of. But from Friday night I didn't do great, and then Saturday I was horrendous. Sunday I was equally horrendous. Monday I got back on plan. Tuesday, Wednesday, I have been absolutely slaying the diet. I've been absolutely brilliant. I'm eating loads and loads of like free foods. I'm completely on board with food optimizing. I am going to the gym. Like I said last night, I didn't want to go, but it was very motivating to go because I was like, oh my God, you've done horrendous this week. I do just want to be going to the gym anyway, even when I've not been horrendous, because I'm trying to get my step count up as a start. So yesterday I did 8,000 steps. The day before I think I did 11,000 steps. I can't remember any other days. I know when I went to Brussels I did plenty of steps. However, I did have a day off on Sunday from loads of steps because my legs were a bit swollen. I did yesterday go to Holland and Barrett. I've bought myself a multivitamin spray. Shall I see if I can show it you? So I like these. If you suffer with vitamin D deficiency, Holland & Barrett sell a spray and it's absolutely brilliant. It's better than anything, I believe, it's better than anything you can get from the GP. And it's this brand, if you can see that. It's called Better You, and they do sprays. It's just like one spray a day. So all you do is get your tongue and spray it once a day. And God, that tastes rammy though. The vitamin D one tastes so much better. And the vitamin D one, when I was suffering with really low vitamin D, was absolutely brilliant and pulled me back round from feeling really groggy and lethargic. So what I've done is bought myself a multivitamin vitamin spray. See if this gives me a boost, and make sure I've got in everything that I need. I mean, I should be really, because I'm eating really well, quite varied, loads of colour. But I thought it won't really harm me with it, because I'll just wee out anything that I've not got anyway. I mean, that I've got too much of anyhow. My water intake's increased and done better. Yesterday I did go for a Costa, a latte with a friend that I've not seen for ages, and had a meet up. But I just had a medium skinny latte. I was going to have a black coffee, but I just didn't feel like it. And I just think, right, that's fine. I'm not having loads of sins. So I've got a bit of a theory here. Do you know, like, the sin things are an allowance, not a necessity. Now, if I want sins, I will have sins. But if I'm not really bothered about eating them, I'm trying to, like, not snack, and I'm trying to have, like, a lot more structure to my day-to-day life. And ultimately, if I can get out the habit of snacking, then I think that'll be beneficial to me. Because ultimately, do you know, when you start snacking, you do look for sweet treats. And I'm obviously queen of those when I go away, but oh my God, the road's closed. Oh, I can't freaking believe this. Let me just follow this guy. Do you know when this is the last thing you need in a morning? What the I'm gonna swear. I'm already late and now the road's closed. Like, I know that in like a conspiracy theory against me or anything, but it's quite frustrating. Oh, now I'm ragging the engine. Just give me a second. Let me just put you back where you belong. Yeah. So now I need to look for diversion signs because I have no clue where I'm going. So yeah, I don't need like the sins for sweet treats. I mean, if I really want something, like I had the skinny latte yesterday, I will have it and that's fine. But I actually don't need to have the sins for sweet treats all the time. I will occasionally probably use them within my meals, and I think that's like a healthier choice. But ultimately, I don't need sins. I don't need them, and they're an allowance. They're not a necessity, and that's where I kind of want to be on that. I don't really want to just be using them just for the sheer hell of it. I always use my healthy X-rays, and I intermittently use my healthy bees, not because I'm trying to really restrict, but because I'm just not that bothered. And I love bread. I've always been a massive bready person, but since doing this plan and changing my lifestyle for such a long time, I'm not really bothered about like cereal, porridge, things like that. In the morning I prefer to eat like eggs. I do. They keep me fuller for longer. To be honest, I prefer not to eat breakfast. I prefer to have like a dinner, you know, like a dinner, and cut down my like window of eating, so to say. I'm quite still enjoying the like intermittent fasting part of this, and it's quite natural. It doesn't actually feel like a chore. It doesn't feel like I'm really restricting. It feels quite okay. I'm never hungry in the morning. Don't get me wrong, I like a cup of tea, but drinking herbal tea, black coffee and stuff like that in the morning, just while like 11, 12 o'clock, it's not actually like a chore for me. I've kind of got used to that. And I do think it cuts down on my milk intake a little bit. And ultimately, do you know what? It actually makes me feel better than drinking loads of tea. I quite enjoy it, and so that's something that I'm quite okay with. So the diversion's sending me right down here. I have no idea where down here is. So I'm hoping it's just like a big circle. I am so late. It is 9:05 and I'm not even close. In fact, I don't actually know physically where I am in the world. I don't know-ish where I am, but obviously I'm in Rotherham. Do I know where I'm heading? Do I? Nickers like. Anyway, such is life, isn't it? So yeah, this week's been a bit of a I've been like, do you know there's that like poem that people say, when I was good I was very, very good, but when I was bad I was horrid? I feel that's like me at the minute, because when I've been good I've been really, really good, but then when I've been bad I've been horrendous, which isn't great, and it's something I need to reduce the extremes. I mean, I need to keep the good side, and I'm feeling a lot better. I'm kind of out of my period now, I'm hoping. It does sometimes make a surprise appearance, but I'm hoping that my period has been and gone, and that's me done. Emotionally, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not feeling quite as psychotic as what I were. Actually, this period was less psychotic and more overtly emotional, which, I mean, I do like to swing it up a little bit just to keep Oliver on his toes. Sometimes I'm a raging psycho, and then sometimes I'm like an emotional wreck. So we just like to keep it interesting for him. We always joke and say that Oliver's having like a relationship with 19 different women, because depending what day of the week it is, and what hormone I'm struggling with, depends on what he gets. So you could not write this crap. So I'm now being diverted, I'm really late, and now I'm stuck behind, what the hell is that? It's like a work vehicle. It's small, it seems to like a road roller. I think a road roller. Yeah, I've bypassed that, so actually that was me being a bit dramatic. I actually weren't behind that for very long. But you know when you just think, oh, what is today going to bring? And I've got somebody's hair to dye today, so what on earth will happen is beyond me. I am slaying over the speed bumps. No, there's no kids around. Yes, it's quiet. No other cars. Do you know, like, it is what it is. And this is Oliver's car, so this is suspension. So we're just leaving that there. So, I know where I am now. I actually know where I am. I'm really close. The time is now, come on, watch, 9:07. I've actually done that in a slay amount of time, regardless of the troubles that I've had this morning. I've got, I hope my eggs are all right for the basket. Yeah, I need to get a proper wiggle on. I will catch up with you soon, because it's going to be hard for me to get parked here. But I will obviously be back with my drama of a laying. I wish I'd had a laying soon. Well, that day did not go to plan. I had full intention of recording my vlog after work. Do you know, just like my weighing results, getting up to date, getting it uploaded, getting it online for you guys. Didn't happen one bit. So after I went to group, I went to the Aldi. I bought some stuff for tea because I knew that I was working late. So I thought, great idea. What I'll do is I'll get all this, chuck it in the slow cooker, and I am good to go. I feel really motivated. I mean, that is one good thing about going to a group on Thursday. It kind of cuts your journey up, doesn't it? Like, it lets you take 1 week at a time. And even if you've had like a bit of a shitey week, going to group, getting weighed, drawing a line under it, and being able to go, right, new week, let's hit this, is quite nice. So feeling really motivated yesterday. After I went to group, I went to the Aldi. I actually bought, I went for, do you know the soup and casserole packs that they do that are all like chopped up already? I went for those, but my Aldi at the moment doesn't have everything I want in. I mean, have they stopped selling the yogurts that are like the dupe of the Muller Lights that are like half a sin? Because I've been 3 times now and I've not been able to get them. And I quite enjoy those. And I make like a dessert with them and stuff, and yeah, they don't seem to have them in at the minute, so I'm gonna have to suck it up and get to Iceland and go and get myself some Muller lights. But I do like saving money, so yeah, I'm a bit gutted about that. So anyway, I went and they didn't have the packs that I wanted of the vegetables, but they did have on 50% sale, do you know the stir fry packs? And I thought, well, I'm cooking them today, so that's fine. And it's just veg. And I've never done that before. However, they should be 75 pence. So I think it cost me, oh God, 33 pence for each pack. I bought 2 packs. I then bought some mini new potatoes, some extra carrots, mushrooms and chopped up onions. I threw them in the slow cooker after group yesterday with some of the rosemary sausages, the corn sausages that they do. Fried those off, threw it all in, obviously with some vegetable stock and some herbs, some salt and pepper. Came in from work last night. I didn't finish well late. I was really exhausted and I had that for tea. I did have it with a Yorkshire pudding and it was just really nice. Oliver ate it and Lily ate it, and then I tidied round. I went in the shower because, well, in the bath actually. I haven't actually done my hair, so this is what rat tails I get to deal with because my hair is the most like texture in the world. It's not curly, but it's just rat taily. That is so annoying. But I just don't have time to do it this morning. And this morning it's Friday for me. I'm gonna do some cleaning and things, and I'm just not doing it. And I thought I need to record this because if I don't, sometimes it takes me all day for my videos to upload. So I need to get this videoed and online so then I can release it today, and then I'm keeping up to date because I don't want to end up behind again because I quite like being in real time. Anyway, going to group yesterday, I walked in. Last week I signed up for 12 weeks, which meant I got a free book. It's called Bowled Over. I love a Slimming World book. Even when I'm not on Slimming World, I think the recipes they just give me ideas. I don't think they're really expensive. I think for a £5, they're really good. And I do pick them up in charity shops and stuff. I always buy them when I see them in charity shops, even if I've already got them, because I'll take them to group and either I just give them to the people, that are at group with me, or I'll put them, in the Slimmer of the Week basket. And I just think they're really good. There was a new magazine. I didn't buy that because at the minute I'm reading. I just finished a really good book, actually. I'm going to upload that because it's a really good book. Rather than on a night sat aimlessly on social media, I look through cookbooks, I'm reading, I go in the bath, and I just find I don't want to snack as much. It keeps me entertained and I just enjoy a good book, and it's where I prefer to spend my evenings relaxing rather than watching aimless rubbish online or on the telly. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. The Bowled Over book, I like it. There's a few recipes in here. I'm a bit disappointed by the lack of vegetarian options that are here. There's a lot of there is a tofu noodle bowl that's really nice, and I can eat that. There is a couple of vegetarian friendly recipes. However, a lot of them, they're like prawn and courgette ribbon salad. Well, it'd just be a ribbon salad for me because there's not really a corn alternative to prawn that isn't really high in sins. They do like fake fish now, but I don't think I get the same feel. There's also a lot of like salmon and salad, like Tex-Mex Cobb bowl, which really and truly, if I make that minus the meat, like it's really hard to adapt because it would just become a salad bowl, and I just don't feel like that's as amazing. There is some stuff in here that I've had a flick through that I think actually that is really good. I actually can't find it right now because I can substitute like the beefed up noodle bowl. I could put corn mince in there, or they do like burgers that are like corn that I could just chop up and pop in there. And I do think I can substitute the meat on some of them. However, some of them are a bit if I take out the meat, it just becomes salad, and I can do a good enough salad myself. There was one I'm trying to find right now. that I really do actually want to make. It's, I mean, Green Goddess Risotto, that looks beautiful. I would really, really like to make that. So I think I am going to have a go at some of these things, and hopefully, so there's Rogan Josh Kofta curry, which I could take out the meat version and put in, you know, the meatballs, but then I'd have to sin it. I'm sure there's a way that I could make my own meatballs out of free corn. I do try to, my very best, substitute with free things, but ultimately I don't really use any, like, many sins or any sins on like treats like chocolate and stuff like that, because I tend to have time off. I go proper time off, as you know. But sunny salmon tray bake, that to me is just roast vegetables. I can do that without a book, and I was a little bit disappointed. It is free with my sign up, which, I mean, tangy turkey pasta, I could substitute that. That looks really nice. I do like eating like this. The stuff looks really fresh. It's very Mediterranean. I can't even say that. And it does look really nice. Steak and noodle sizzler looks really nice. I do enjoy eating like this, and so does Oliver. The one thing that I do want to try is the lamb and orzo bowl. Am I saying orzo right? I'm not really sure. It only takes 35 minutes. It's free. And I could substitute the lamb mince with corn mince, which is free. And look how nice that looks. It is really nice. If I do get round to cooking any of these, I will try my best to remember to video them, and then you guys could maybe have a go at doing them. Do you know, like, you might be inspired, you might think, actually, that's really nice. Plus, if I go to the hassle of cooking it and it's rubbish, I can tell you it's rubbish, and then you don't have to try it, do you? Because I've wasted my time, money and energy doing it. I'm not much of a cook, really. I don't really like cooking. And I never really have time to cook because I work and do a lot of things. And my life's a little bit busy. But, I mean, slow cooker casserole, I am all about. It took me about 5 minutes to prepare it, chucked it all in, and I adored that last night. But yeah, I mean, look at that. Chunky leek and bacon soup. I'm not feeling that, and I can't say that the taste would really be there for me as a vegetarian. I think I could make a better soup than that. Like, I make a mean sweet corn soup, and that looks miles more like entertaining. I mean, If You Eat Me, it's a really good book. Cowboy breakfast bowls. Like, how cute is that? Do you know, rather than just having breakfast, just how you usually do, like, just chucking it all in a bowl and presenting it like that. I think presentation's quite key when it comes to eating. So yeah, there might be a bit of inspiration there. I will be able to adapt some of the recipes for myself to make them vegetarian. When I'm cooking them, they will be vegetarian. But obviously you guys, if you do like anything I cook, and well, let me know if you even want to see that, because some people, I don't know if you get bored by that or what. I enjoy watching people cooking, but I suppose some people don't. You could always put the meat back in if you're on Slimming World, or even if you're calorie counting. I do think they're quite good books because they are quite low calorie, and it might just give you a few different ideas just to vary stuff up, just to keep it interesting. And ultimately, life's got to be interesting, hasn't it? So yeah, that was my free book because I signed up for 12 weeks, which I think that's decent, isn't it? Do you know what I usually do? Actually, I usually only sign up for 6 weeks because usually they release another free book. But I forgot that was a bit of a hack. So usually you get a free book. I didn't ask this time, but I think sometimes if you sign up for 6 weeks, you get a free book, but you get a free book if you sign up for 12 weeks. And usually what I try to do if they offer that is only sign up for the 6 weeks. And then usually by the time 6 weeks come by, I sign up for another 6 weeks and I get another free book. Whereas now I've signed up for 12, if they offer another offer like that, I've already got weeks going. Depending on the book and how I'm feeling, I could extend my sign up, because obviously I'm going to be on this for quite a long time, and I have done that before. But I did learn when I did this last year, just to sign up for the 12 if you get the free book, because generally you'll get another offer within 6 weeks anyway. So if you're at Slimming World and that's a thing, maybe consider that. I do generally as well, to save money, because that's what I do, is put in holidays. So I will skip a week away in and have it as a holiday day, and it makes my 12 week a 14 week. and I just save money like that. That's a bit of a thing. As it happens, I put my holidays in this time and I am actually on holiday. In fact, there's some weeks that I won't be able to go and get weighed that aren't under a holiday because unfortunately I have got stuff on and I can't go. I might try and go to a different weigh-in depending if I can, but I'd have to go really early in the morning or on a different day. I don't like getting weighed in the evening because I always weigh more, and then even if I've had a good week, it makes me feel bad. So psychologically, that's not really good for me. So if I do need to go to a different group, I generally try and have it where it's at the same time. So this week in group was a really good week. I have still not been able to sign up to the Slimming World app, so I can't check out all the changes that have been made since I last did it. I mean, some of the healthy A's and B's have changed. Everything else is kind of the same. She did a back to basics meeting and she'd like measured out oil and said how many sins it were, and then she measured out milk and said how many sins it was, and she got like little containers that she showed us. Gravy granules, Jesus Christ, they are so high in points. Now, I avoid gravy granules when I'm Slimming World. In fact, I've kind of got used to not having gravy granules very often. But there was this like small little pot and there was only a thing in the bottom. Like, I like my gravy thick, and I think she said there were 5 sins. Now, I would easily have 10, 15 sins in gravy because I like lashings of gravy when I have gravy. But there is other ways to make gravy. Like, you can just use OXO cubes, and some people put corn flour in and sin it. Personally, I don't mind if my gravy is a bit greeny coloured. So if you haven't done this, this is a good hack for you if you like gravy and to save on a stupid amount of sins, is put in a tin of mushy peas. Like, mix your OXO cube up in the water, boiling water, pop in some mushy peas and blitz it, and it makes a really thick, creamy gravy. Obviously add more water if you need it to water down a bit. I like mine quite salty and quite tasty, so I put quite a few OXO cubes in that, but you just add them in, to your taste and just blitz it up, make it how you want it. And I've done that hack for casseroles and stuff if I've wanted a thicker sauce, to eat it in. You can also put in cooked lentils off and blend them in, and that thickens it up to make it into a gravy. But like I said, you can thicken up with corn flour and sin that, and so then it's less sins than the gravy granules. Personally, I can't be arsed, and if I can do it for free and make it easy for me to point and sin, I kind of do. So I generally use mushy peas. I don't mind putting mushy peas, but like I said, you can do it with cooked off lentils. I'm sure there's other things. Like, really and truly, you could put like potato in there and blitz it up, well, mix it up. If you were making mashed potato anyway, and really thicken your gravy up like that. I'm not sure how that would work because I've never done it, but I'm sure you could. And there's other ways to like get round having loads of sins in gravy. So that is just a hack just from me. You're welcome. I'm joking. You might think that that's absolutely ridiculous and you'd never use it. But either way, we had group and it was really nice. We shared loads of our little tips of what we do. They're all following somebody online at the moment. I think her name's Claire. She does Slimming World and does loads of really good cooking apparently. So I will have a look at her and check her out. If I think it's worth watching. I can't remember her last name. But I did take a screenshot. So I will check that out and I'll probably put it in my channel if I think it's worth recommending. I'll watch that at the gym and see where we're at with that. So yeah, I think I met a new friend. So now I sit at the back. I go to Slimming World on my own, and I used to sit at the front, right in the center, like in between people. But since I've gone back, there's people that sit in set seats. So I just like left them to that and just sat at the back in the corner next to these 2 guys. There's actually 4 guys now at our Slimming World, and I really like the changing dynamics and the way that like men view it and their involvement in his group. It breaks it up, and I just really enjoy that. I like women, and I'm a woman's woman, and I do enjoy women company, but I also really enjoy male company as well. And that is not in like a flirty, like perving on Sunday. Like, these guys are married and they're just really nice guys. And I got speaking to a guy called Gary. I think his name's Gary. Oh God, I've only spoke to him twice and I never ask anybody's names. I'm so rude. Anyway, he was really polite. And when I walked in, I got like this green dress on and my tights because I was going to work. And he was like, oh, you look really nice. You look lovely. Are you going somewhere nice? And I'm like, oh, just work. We had a joke and a banter that I had to get on the scales after going away, and that if I started crying and being dramatic, that he needed to give me a love batter and put a cup of tea in my hand. And when I got off the scales, he did come and give me a hug, and he was just really nice, just a really nice guy. Anyway, got chatting to him. He's now added me on Facebook. We got talking. He does scuba diving and things, and that's something I'm interested in doing later on when I've lost a bit more weight. He gave me loads of advice and stuff to look into. And then he said to me, do I open water swim? And I was like, no, I'm not into the cold and things like that. And then he was like, oh, I'm looking for a partner that'll train with me to swim across the channel. But it's like there's a 3 years waiting list. And you know, because I like saying no to very little and I see it as a challenge. I'm like, yeah, I'd do that. If I can lose the weight, stop smoking and train and get fit, I'd be game for that. That's no problem. It gives me a bit of motivation to go to the gym and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not sure whether that's actually going to unfold and come true, but I think I've just signed up to swim across the channel. Like really random for a day at Slimming World, isn't it? Really bizarre. Anyway, I had a really good time at group. It was nice. It's broke up my week of what I'd had as a really bad week because I've been to Brussels. And if you're interested in what I ate, I have made a video about that if you've not seen it. Yeah, I was really greedy and naughty in Brussels and horrendous. And I have, since I've been home on Monday, been really good on plan. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I was really good at the gym. Really good. Just trying to work off a few of them extra calories. And I mean, I want to go to the gym anyway. And if I'm going to swim across the channel one day, then yeah, I need to hit the gym. I will be going this evening to the gym, and I've just got to clean the house and stuff, so that's activity too. But yeah, who knows. So anyway, I got on the scales, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous about my weigh-in yesterday. I mean, if I've put on the video that I made yesterday on the run up to it, and I think you can tell I was shiting myself. I don't know why, because I know I've been horrendous, so a little gain isn't that bad. I think I got it in my head that I was going to have a massive gain because I'd been so fucking greedy and ridiculous while I was away. However, I did do lots of steps. I don't know about you, but you know when you've been on a weight loss journey, even if you're a bit like, I'm going to say naughty, but do you know when you come off plan, my head, tell me if this is just me, makes me feel like I have done 2 weeks off plan. Like, I feel so heavy, bloated. Doesn't help because I was on my period as well. Like, that is over now. But I just feel really bloated and really crappy. And it's like I've put 3 stone on. Even if I've only had like, really and truly, I just have 3 days off plan. So for 3 days I was on plan and then I've got weighed. So I was hoping that it might balance it out. I was super good. I stuck to protein and free foods and as many speed foods as I could. I upped my activity, and then I went and stood at them scales, and all of a sudden got like this flush of anxiety of like, oh my fucking God, what have I done? Which is one of the things I don't like about getting weighed at group, because I think I feel more guilty. And I put more pressure on myself. So it's week 104 for me of getting weighed. I was 19.5 pounds in debt from my lightest. I've actually reflected on the lightest weight that I had, and it was when I was doing the new U plan. So I don't think I'm being very fair on myself. However, it's good to have a target, isn't it? And ultimately, yeah, I want to get rid of that debt. And then I was thinking, because I was thinking this about my weight and being in debt and me getting weighed, like lots of things flashed through my brain. It like works at 1,000 miles an hour. I was thinking, actually, where is my target? Because last time I had a 5 stone target, and this time I feel like I'm just pissing in the wind and just plodding on. And although I didn't really want to set a dead set weight, I think I first would like to get my lightest in my adult life, which is 13 stone 13. But ultimately, I think I would like to get to like 12.5 stone, because that means I've halved my body weight. Like at the minute I'm sitting in the 17s, there's like 5 stone to go, which 5 stone's another like round, I like round figures and things. And yeah, I think I feel comfortable saying I would like to get to 12.5 stone. I'd like to get my 10 stone award first, but actually I wouldn't mind going to like half my body weight, to when I first started. So I think 12.5 stone is a good place for me to aim. Like that's miles off, and I will have mini targets and things like that. I'm a bit annoyed actually because Ange, my Slimming World consultant, asked me where my target is this time. She's not even asked for like an interim target. She's not been that helpful with sorting out my Slimming World app because I can't get on there. So today I've got to ring customer services and try and get that sorted. Yeah, overall, that's where I'm at. I've never dealt with Slimming World customer services, so we'll see how that goes. But hopefully I'll be able to get on soon. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So I stood at this, oh my God, I've rambled and digressed so much. Honestly, I've got so much on my mind about this. I just can't stop blurting crap out. And ultimately you hear from my weighing and I've still not delivered that. I feel like I'm trying to hold it off as though I'm trying to build I'm not purposely trying to do that, but it's like I'm trying to build suspense by not telling you my weigh-in after such a shitty week. It's mad in here. So week 104, I stepped on the scales and I weighed in at 17 stone. Suspense builder. 3. Last week I weighed 17 stone 3.5. So in actual fact, even with going to Brussels, I've managed to pull that shit back. So going to the gym has worked, and also being really good and getting straight back on plan from Monday has worked. And I lost ½ pound. Now, many people will look at that and be like, £0.5 pound? That's shit. Do you know me? I'm quite happy with £0.5 pound loss. Like, I expected a gain. I fully expected a gain. Now, going to the gym and being really good from Monday, the motivation was the gain I was hoping wasn't going to be too horrific, like £1 or £2. I would have took that on the chin. I've been known in a week to put over a stone on. So I was like completely and utterly trying to just pull that down. And I was prepared for like in my head, I think I got £2 that I would have liked to gain. So I was hoping to get on the scales and have only put on £2. I would have been a little bit gutted if it had gone to 3, but I would have took it. Anything above, 4 and above, I'm not going to lie, I would have been a bit like, you fucking moron. Why were you that greedy? Why did you do that? Anyway, it was a pleasant surprise because I got on the scales and I actually lost £0.5 pound. Now, that could have been that I've just wore slightly different clothes, or that, I don't know, that I've not pooed a lot or something like that. I am going to say that my leg's still a little bit swollen from travelling and walking so much. So I have got a bit of fluid retention there also. So I'm going to be nice to myself and I'm going to accept the £0.5 pound loss. I'm going to actually thank my lucky stars that that's where I'm at. And I'm going to be motivated for a good week. Now, if I can, she did ask me, do you know, like they go around and they ask you, what would you like to lose this week? I know it's supposed to be motivating and I know it does motivate some people, but actually it doesn't me because it makes me feel quite pressured. Like, how much would I like to lose? 5 stone, please, Ange, if you don't mind. Just pop that in my book and then we'll have that next week. No, it's just not going to work like that. And some weeks your bodies will fluctuate, it'll hold on to fat, you might build more muscle. So I don't really want to do that. I want to see it going down, so I just said a loss. And she accepted that and probably put me down for £0.5 pound. But I don't really like the whole putting a figure on it because I don't think you can fully control how much weight you lose. So a loss is a benefit to me. I think she expected me to be a bit disappointed with £0.5 pound loss, but actually, maybe because it's my first week at group, they usually have big losses, don't they? I don't really want, I'm going to say I don't really want big losses. That sounds a bit stupid because if I went and I had a big loss, I'm like, woo, brilliant. But I'm actually quite happy with slow and steady and plodding on. And I said that in group because I think other people might need to hear that. And usually I keep stum about stuff like that because I don't really like talking about myself, regardless of the fact I do nothing that talk about myself on here. This is like my bit of an outlet. In person, I don't really like talking about myself that much, especially where weight loss is concerned and the way that I look. And this is like therapy for me to be able to freely talk about it and not hide the way I truly feel. And it's quite nice. But in group and in other social situations, I don't really like it. I prefer to talk about other people because it takes the concentration off myself. So yeah, I did say actually a loss. I just want to do this slow and steady and be quite chilled about it because last year I was really on it and really determined. And as much as I needed that then, I think I need something different now for like my mind and behaviours and life. So I said that out loud. I'm quite proud of myself. And I hope that maybe somebody that's not losing big and's a slow loser in the group maybe might feel about that. Do you know, like, be okay that that's how it is because that's what I'm doing. And I think you always feel better when there's just more than you doing it like that, don't you? Anyway, that's where I'm at. Week 104, I am 17 stone 3 and I have lost half a pound. So that puts me £19 in debt. I would first like to get rid of the debt. Then I would like to get to 13.13. I do it stone bracket by stone bracket anyway. And eventually I would like to get to 12.5 stone and have halved my body weight and got 50% of me disappeared, which feels like a really unachievable task. But I mean, if you don't set goals, you're never going to achieve them, do you? If you don't reach for the stars, you ain't going to go past the moon, are you? So that's where we're going. That was such a bad saying. There is a saying and I can't remember it. I've just totally fucked that up, haven't I? Oh well. Anyway, right, I've got loads to do today and I want to get this uploaded and sorted. I'm not over editing it, so I'm sorry if I ramble and it's boring for you. Think thin for another week. I hope that you are having a fantastic week. Again, a huge thank you for people that have subscribed, and I don't want to call you subscribers because I actually love you guys. You do actually keep me sane and on track, and you're more like friends. So thank you, my friends, for joining me along on my journey and putting up with my bullshit rambling and sticking with me through shitty times when I'm really bad and also times when I'm really good. I hope that you are getting a little bit from this journey and you're enjoying it. I apologise if I've been a bit boring lately, but it is life. And anyway, think thin, good luck for your week, and I'm sending you huge hugs.